Hello and welcome to this week's episode of MT Squared, Minerva's 2-minute tactics for your procurement, which this week comes to you from yet another service station in the UK, living the dream again this week. The tactic came about actually as a result of a video from one of my other mates, a lovely gentleman called Simon Jones, who also spends a lot of time on the road. He runs a fantastic photography business actually for schools. Bonjour London, do check him out. Simon, like me, as I say, spends a lot of time on the road and therefore drinks a lot of coffee, and it just reminded me that I've suddenly become absolutely obsessed with Starbucks, which is where I've obviously stopped today. Costa just doesn't cut it for me anymore. I would go to Caffè Nero, but there's just not enough of them really, and Starbucks definitely floats my boat when it comes to the caffeine, and that's fine when it comes to a personal preference for something, but when it comes to your procurement and you're evaluating bids and tenders from companies, I'm afraid your personal preference has to be put to one side. You can't enter into sort of an evaluation of a bid with any kind of unconscious bias as to who you think the winning bidder should be, and you certainly shouldn't be entering into it with the winning bidder already in mind. So on that basis, I was just going to give you a couple of examples of where evaluations might take place, and some good evidence you can provide, and then some not so good evidence. So as an example, if you're evaluating a bid, it is not acceptable to say they're my favourite, or it's not acceptable to say the school down the road really like them, so we've decided to go with them. You can't say things like that. What you need to do is evidence what the added value is from the winning bid, or on the flip side, the shortcomings or deficiencies from the unsuccessful bids. So something you could say, for example, Starbucks was the panel's preferred bid on the basis that the taste of the coffee was preferable, the beans were sourced from a sustainable source and a fair trade, only if that is perhaps a differential from the other bidders, and also their corporate social responsibility policy mirrored that of the school, and their coconut milk was soya free. These are all added value that may be over and above the other bidders. On the flip side of that, you could say the reason we didn't opt for Caffè Nero is that their shortcoming was that they had a significantly lower number of branches versus the winning bidder, and they were not in a convenient location for the school. So that's a kind of shortcoming or deficiency. So hopefully that's useful. So when you're evaluating bids, just remember, no unconscious bias, no personal preference. You really need to evaluate the bids on what you see and provide clear evidence of why the winning bidder wins and why the unsuccessful bidder is unsuccessful. That's it. I'm off to get my caffeine injection. Till next time, soldier on.